The mason's hand tools. A surprising number of projects may be completed with a fairly basic mason's toolkit. Here we have a selection of the most commonly used and most useful tools for the mason. These include hammers and mallets, which are known as striking tools, cutting tools such as chisels, measuring and marking out tools. Striking tools. The mason's mallet, along with a variety of other hammers, are the tools used to strike the chisel in order to cut the stone. The four most widely used styles of striking tools are the common lump or mash hammer, also called a club hammer, the round-headed mason's mallet or mell. This was originally made of wood and are now normally made of a high-density nylon. The dummy or dummy mallet, which has a steel head. The dummy is round and has a wooden handle. This is a much lighter tool for finer carving and surface finishing. Dummies are also made in brass. The third type is known as a pitching hammer and is made from forged steel. Steel hammers provide a sharp, sudden impact. Wood or nylon mallets may be heavier, while at the same time also providing a cushioned impact with greater momentum. Chisels made for use with a wood or nylon mallet are rounded, concentrating the force onto a smaller area on the top of the chisel. Chisels for metal hammers or mallets have a flat head, allowing for full contact with the face of the striking tool. Hammers and mallets should be paired with the correct type of chisel. A traditional wood or modern nylon mallet should only ever be used with a mallet-headed chisel. Likewise, a steel hammer should be used in conjunction with a flat-headed chisel. Using the wrong combination for an extended time will cause damage to either the head of the chisel or the mallet surface. Cutting tools. There are 4 chisels which are indispensable for the mason's toolkit. These are commonly known as the half-inch, inch, claw chisel or tooth tool, and boaster. Note that the mason's boaster should not be confused with the bricklayer's bolster. The half-inch chisel is a versatile flat tool which can be used to remove larger pieces of stone. The inch chisel is generally used for making drafts and fillets. The claw chisel is used at an intermediate stage to remove stone prior to its final tooling or cutting. The claw chisel's toothed blade reduces the likelihood of accidental plucking or removal of too much stone, yet allows the mason to get close to the finished surface prior to the final tooling with a boaster or other chisel. The boaster chisel is primarily used as a fine finishing tool where a high-quality surface finish is required. It is also used on curved mouldings. As a general rule, the wider the chisel, the more shallow the cutting depth, and therefore the lesser the amount of stone removed. In addition to these 4 chisels, it is beneficial for the mason to include the following amongst their toolkit: a point tool, a punch, a pitcher or pitching tool, bullnose chisels, gouge chisels. A point tool is mostly used for removing larger fragments of stone and is especially useful on harder sandstones, granite, and metamorphic limestone such as marble. A punch is similar to a point tool, but with a narrow flat blade. Requiring greater impact than a chisel, a punch tool has a flat head so that it may be used in conjunction with steel mash and pitching hammers. A pitcher or pitching tool is used for removing sizable pieces of stone. Unlike a chisel, a pitcher does not cut, but upon impact with the stone causes a controlled fracture and removal of the waste. The bullnose chisel, as the name implies, has a rounded cutting edge so that it may be used on concave masonry surfaces where the corners of a flat chisel would dig in and do damage. A A gouge chisel performs much the same task as a bullnose, but the cutting edge curves in the opposite direction, forming a horseshoe shape. Measuring, marking out tools and other items. Measuring tools include straight edge, mason square, sinking or adjustable square, depth gauge, adjustable bevel, and metal rule. The marking tools are the scribe, dividers, box trammel, pencil. Prior to use, all tools should be inspected to ensure that they are in good condition and appropriate for the required task. If a trammel is not available, an adjustable square or similar tool may be used. Another important item required by the mason is a sturdy work table which is able to support the weight of the stone to be cut. This work table is known as a banker and should be of a height that allows the mason to work comfortably. It is advisable to place a piece of carpet or other non-slip padding on top of the banker. In addition to reducing the amount of possible movement while the stone is being chiselled, the material also absorbs some impact, reducing the likelihood of damage to the underside of the stone.